Hello, this is Surrealistic Infinity here for a specific tutorial that is going to go through a trick that is called the water boost. This particular trick was first discovered by a guy named Dwayne Jones, who was the first person to do it in a segmented speedrun on the impossible difficulty. The water boost itself is a trick that is used for speedrunning strategies and can be somewhat tricky to understand as a beginner. Basically, the water boost is almost like it sounds like. You boost yourself from water. The basic idea is that you want to jump into a pool of water with Parker, hit save when Parker starts to touch the surface of the water, and then you want to load the game again. This will cause Parker to gain momentum in the opposite direction, meaning that when you're falling downwards, you will get boosted upwards into the air after the load. However, this is also true for the medial plane, so if you're having forwards momentum when you hit the surface of the water, you will get boosted backwards. So this is very important to keep in mind when you are practicing the trick. So one of the places where we are using the water boost to save time is here in the zoo. And if you're having, we use the water boost here to reach that other platform. And if you have the forwards momentum, this is what will happen. Like, it's impossible to reach that other platform when you have that much forwards momentum. But that was a very good boost, so you can still do it, but it's much harder. So you want to cancel out the forwards momentum by going backwards, so that when you are hitting the water, you have backwards momentum, which will mean that you get boosted forwards towards this platform. The actual timing for this particular water boost is quite easy. Like, you hit save right when you are hitting the surface of the water. And the basic motion is like this, that you're running forwards, hold forwards a bit, then go backwards, hit save and load. That was a late save, so that is what happens when you are saving too late. So that's how it should look like. And you can practice the motion by just doing here up on the platform, jump, and then you start to hold backwards in the middle of the jump.
Please,
just like that.
Leave me alone.
And when you get accustomed to that, you can just start to hit semi-load when you land. You just practice that. So you get used to you are basically going to use muscle memory to do the trick, so you don't have to think about it when you're doing it. So for beginners, I actually recommend to do that and to practice the water boost in this particular section. When you get accustomed to that particular water boost, you can go to the caves and start to try to do it here. This water boost that we're using here is a little bit more sensitive to do, and basically here we're using double water boosts to reach that platform over there. So we're jumping from this platform here, land in the water here, get a small boost, and then we boost again here and to reach the platform. And since the first boost is quite poor, you don't gain much height, you have to time the second one quite well to actually get the upwards momentum to reach the platform. And from my experience, it's quite easy to basically make the save too early for the second water boost, which will mean that you are not reaching the platform. So if it's failing, you're either saving too early, which is most likely, or you're saving too late, and you will see when you're saving too late. It's like you're quite deep in the water. So this is what it looks like when you're saving too early. So jump, and you hit save about here, and you can't reach the platform. So if that happens, you want to basically, for the third boost to reach the platform, you want to wait a little bit more before save, so you can get more upwards momentum. And this is what this looks like when you are saving too late. So that was not too late, though. That was particularly good, so I have to do it again. that's what happens. So you can see a big difference between saving too early and too late. So by knowing how it looks like, then you can basically use that knowledge to time it. So you want to hit the save button in between those two positions. And when you're doing it correctly, it should look like this. Just like that. So you want to basically practice that over and over again until you have it several times in a row without much struggle. For the very first water boost, you won't be able to actually have forwards momentum when you hit the surface of the water because the jump is too tight for that. But you want to cancel out so you don't actually get much backwards momentum. So you start to run backwards before you hit the surface here. And so it will basically from the side, it will look like this, like Park is jumping. Then you cancel out the forwards momentum before you hit, and you hit the water about here. And then you get the small backwards. Then you start to run forward, and parking goes like this. And then you start to go backwards before you hit the water here, because you should have time to do that. Hit save, and then you will go up. So it's quite a lot of stuff to think about for this water boost. So that's why I suggest that you're practicing the first one before you try to do this one, as this is more technical to do. But I'm going to show one more time how it looks like. I hit the save too late. So that's also another problem, is that if that happens, you hit the actual ground, which mean that you hit the save too late. So like that. And up. So it's just all practice, and basically after a while you get a good feeling for it. It's not very scientific, or it's not impossible for anyone to get good at the trick. So yeah, I hope this tutorial helps, and I hope that runners get good times and have an easier time with using the water boosts to actually get good times. And yeah, good luck with your speedruns.